Today's been odd.
You should get some raindrops too. Make sure to get raindrops.
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend? She just wanna hit me with a...
So yesterday here, spirits seemed to be pretty high and everyone was stoked to just ride a dry track, not riding the way that Leo Gang was. And then today hit and it's like everyone kind of started going stir crazy again, and everyone had to scramble to change settings. The conditions were super different.
This place is crazy, like just the slightest bit of moisture on the ground and it's like ice. So it goes from like decent grip, rooty stuff to like no grip. And there's a lot of like compression, unweighting, compression, unweighting, and it's all over roots. So setup does change a little bit. It gets a little bit softer and less damping so that you can get some kind of grip over the roots.
Weather's just been kind of nuts and everything's crazy, so it feels pretty fun, but I feel like on this track the dirt is just so hard packed still from it just being baked in. Yesterday when I started getting up to speed, it was like then the suspension would work enough to kind of take that edge off.
Yeah.
But now that it's slowed down again, it's still super hard pack and just like choppy.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to try to maybe take the edge off just a little bit. I don't really want to soften up the forks overall too much, air pressure, because I'm still getting...
No, you're pretty low on air
I'm like
pressure anyway.
definitely getting full pressure, full stroke in the front.
Okay.
It's just that bit of harshness, like feedback into your hands and feet, just to touch.
I might be able to open damping and go up in pressure a little bit. Let's try. You got one more now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good to try that because I feel like I was about to go stiffer on my fork yesterday because I was getting like feel a little divey sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. It's a touch low, I would think. Maybe you go up like 2 psi.
Okay.
And I open low too.
Okay. What do you think on the rear?
Settings look pretty good.
Too down.
It's a little slow. I think that could get you a little more grip through the...
Yeah, I'm down. Okay, so just go up 2 psi on 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I go do that? I gotta get back up there.
Okay.
Thank you,
See you guys in
brother.
a bit.
See you in a little bit.
He was still kind of firming it up from, like throughout yesterday, practice got faster and faster. So the guys started going firmer. I think he was a little too firm for conditions today. So we backed off compression damping and sped up rebound because it's really cold. That slows down suspension a little bit. So then compensate for the cold, speed up rebound, soften compression.
Like I've got no feeling of the ground.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the bike isn't even like, it's not even like making any noise as if it's like hitting things, and it's just like,
Does it
I feel like I'm just perched on the top of this thing that's just hitting everything. I'm hitting, like I hit roots and it's just like this, and it's just, I feel like I'm maybe like too high in the stroke or something. Too set too high up or something. I just don't have any, I'm feeling to commit because I'm just waffling now.
Okay. You think, does
It's
it
like the
feel
tyres aren't digging in the ground.
too high front and back, or?
I think so. I just feel like a pendulum just sat on the top of it.
Okay.
Like, do you think I should drop the air pressure back down?
Well, I'm wondering because it's still quite far from full travel. I just don't want to make it.
190 yesterday.
Okay.
But you're going nowhere near as fast now.
Yeah. Do you think you could deal with it moving more? Like,
I think I need it to move more. So
Okay.
I'm at a bit of a loss, if you know what I mean.
yeah, I get you.
That's what it is, like the tyres are not digging in the ground anywhere. I understand in some places, but say I'm just skating on the top of it. I'm not going to do another practice run, so this is just for qualifiers.
Okay.
But at this point, riding like that, I need to do.
Yeah, we'll drop air pressure just a bit, and it'll kind of steepen up the front end a bit, just because it'll ride in.
I just want it to be in the dirt. You know what I mean? You know, like when you watch a MotoGP rider and they're riding around in the wet and they're just like, they can't even tip the bike in the corners. That's what I feel like. So we're going back to my original one before yesterday.
Yeah. Check rebound.
It's so dark in the tree.
I know, it must be.
You turn off the fire road and it's like, you can't see the line because the ground's dark as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. A little bit less compression, a little bit faster rebound. You can just send Scott over if you want.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, similar to kind of everybody else that picked up the pace yesterday in the dry, and now it's pretty darn cold. And there's just no grip. Like there's nothing to bite into. There's not even like mud to kind of slow you down and redirect you. It's just roots and grease. So we're actually going softer. And it's a relatively flat track, like we were talking before, so it changes the balance a little bit. The cold makes everything feel a little bit firmer and slower, so you can open it up a little bit there. And I think it's just the shock to the system too, of like yesterday everybody's pushing, trying gaps, trying all this stuff, and now it's like none of that's happening. So just kind of managing the weather situation, I guess.
So coming from Leergang, we made a couple of changes, and then throughout the day yesterday we wanted to change, but we didn't because we looked at the weather forecast. So because it was quite dry and fast, we were going to stiffen up the suspension, but then when we looked at the weather forecast, we just decided not to, because we knew it would be sort of wetter and slower today and need more grip. So yeah, we resisted the urge to change the bike too much yesterday so that it would be better for today.
He said it was super fast. And then you slowed it down. Yeah, that's totally fine.
And it was like really good after that.
Okay.
I was happy. So.
And you left it for the rain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's the same as it was yesterday. Or the bike, not the track.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's good.
And looking at weather, it's supposed to just drizzle.
Yeah.
For the next 2 days, so I don't think it's going to change.
For the next 2 days, so tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
You think it's worth trying to like get a bit more grip, like maybe soften
You're
it?
kind of open,
Yeah.
and if you soften it too much, it's just going to get that kind of wallowy feel.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any grip there to get.
Yeah.
It'll be tires and
Yeah.
tire pressure.
For sure. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy then.
Good.
Thanks, Jordy.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. See you in a bit.
Yeah. It's been so quiet. I think everybody's just kind of struggling with conditions. Greg was just here and he said the track was actually surprisingly grippy. Like he started out super conservative and turned out that there was actually traction. Weather's looking better tomorrow. Like it's been pouring rain all day. But better weather doesn't necessarily mean easier riding conditions. Because when it starts to dry, then you kind of drag mud on things and it stays just kind of greasy. Whereas this kind of washes everything clean, it seems like.
It definitely was pretty quiet around the Fox trailer. Obviously the conditions were changing and athletes were worrying about a number of different factors. But tomorrow is already race day, and then we have yet another race coming on Sunday. So definitely there's gonna be a lot going on this weekend, and stoked to have 2 different races here in Maribor. So thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend? She just wanna hit me with a quickie by the pool, and I'm like, yes, ma'am. Way you got me feeling for your body, you might turn me to a yes, man.